Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name's Simran and as you can tell, I'm a final year medic studying at Imperial. Before we get into the video, I wanted to say, we reached a major milestone, guys. We reached 1,000 subscribers. And when I first started the channel, this milestone seemed so far away, but you guys made it possible. I wanted to say a massive, massive thank you to every single person who's watched the videos, liked, commented, messaged me on Instagram saying you guys watched the video. It literally means so much to me to know that, you guys enjoy watching my stuff enough to subscribe. Without you guys, this so would not have been possible. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button to join our little growing family. So in this video, I'll be taking you through my weekly expenses as a medical student who lives in her family home and commutes to hospital placements every single day. The aim of this video was to actually track exactly where I'm spending my money on a weekly basis and to identify areas where, I can cut costs and save up for a plane ticket out of this country. Post-COVID, God knows when my holidays will resume. So yeah, let's get into the deets. Monday was the first day back to hospital placements and I was super excited to see my friends and actually talk to people after the whole lockdown and exam situation. In the morning, I did my commute for the first time because we've moved houses and stuff, and I drove all the way to my hospital to realize that the parking was free, and oh my god, that made my morning. Normally I would park 20 minutes away on some side road which has free parking, but on Monday I parked on hospital ground. It was a 2-minute walk from my induction. I was over the moon. The morning consisted of loads of talks about resuming placements after the whole COVID situation, and then I got introduced to my surgical team that I would be spending the rest of the 4 weeks with. It was then time for lunch, and yes, I was starving. Now guys, if you know hospitals, there's literally 2 places or 3 places that you can eat. So the hospital I was at, there was Costa, M&S, and the canteen itself. So my first purchase of the week and of the day was lunch that I got from M&S, and I got myself a falafel and spinach wrap, and it's literally one of my favorite wraps and I highly recommend. The quality is just it's so good. I also got myself a chocolate bar as a little pick-me-up for the afternoon because I was spending post-exams chilling. I'm not used to having these long hours, so that came up to £4.25, so let's add it to the tab. It was the first day of placement, so me and my friends were actually so excited to kind of see each other, and one of my friends had just passed her driving test, so we were gonna skirt in her car, and it's actually quite cool because a few of my friends and I have the same car. So we lined them up and took some cool pictures because Hyundai i10 gang. Anyway, we decided to go to a McDonald's drive-through. Actually, I don't know why we walked in for some reason instead of driving in. This was a McDonald's that I'd had in an extremely long time. So I got myself my mozzarella dippers, some chips. So that came up to £3.87. Anyway, she dropped us back to our cars and then I headed home. Then I realized my car was extremely hungry as well. It was Sim, you've eaten so much, I need to be fed as well. What I mean by that, it was low on petrol. This may be me really, really geeking out about petrol prices and stuff. I know this place and it does petrol for so cheap. It's 107.9. It's actually sick. That came up to £22.50 for a full tank, and I love when the meter just goes up and it's boom. Yeah, it's very satisfying. I got home and then chilled, so there was no more extra spending after that. So the total for Monday comes up to £30.62. Moving on to Tuesday, guys, I was feeling a little cheeky, don't judge me, okay? Normally I don't even have breakfast in such early hours of the day. I just feel no. On my journey to my placements, I was eyeing up this McDonald's drive-through. It was actually too tempting. So somehow my car just rolled into the drive-through and I happened to order the egg and cheese McMuffin meal. I don't know how that happened, okay? So that came up to £3.69. Actually, later on in the day, I was so glad I had some breakfast because I was in theatres all day. I didn't get to have lunch until much later, so I was so glad I had something to keep me going. For lunch, I had a chicken wrap thing. It was a tortilla wrap with chicken strips inside and also chips. That came up to £4.50, and not gonna lie, I was a bit skeptical about this because it just looked a bit weird. It looked a bit watery for some reason, the chicken, so I was not sure how it was gonna taste, but actually it ended up tasting really good. Then I came to eat in the MDT room. It was so nice because I got to know the team and we were having discussions about dating and marriage, and the registrar who was kind of leading this conversation really included the juniors that were there as well. They included me as a medical student. Anyway, I got home and in the evening, me and my Nana and Nani, we went on a little bit of a walk near this lake near my house, and it's so beautiful and picturesque. In total on Tuesday, I spent £8.19. Moving on to Wednesday, which was an absolutely fab fab day. And Wednesdays are only half days, okay? Like, I got 3 sign-offs in the morning and I was like, who am I? And it was so cute because it was the first official day for the newer F1s and I was the first person they'd ever signed off, like, using their GMC. And I don't know, it felt like a proper moment to me, and I was like, you know, soon I'll be there as well next year. I barely spent anything because it was a half day, so after securing those sign-offs, I headed home. I realized my car was so dirty. Like, I had food bags in there, loads of rubbish, and I even had like bird poo outside. Like, what is my car? Like, I don't understand. And my dad has been nagging me to go and get my car washed for ages, but like, you know, I've never really gone and got my car washed by myself, so it was like a whole experience. And it was so cool. I was so excited by, like, you know, these like people like washing my car. To tell you guys the truth, I was so lost. They kept telling me to, like, you know, move a little bit forward, and I kept turning off my car, then I had to keep turning it on and keep moving on. Like, it was just, I was a bit lost. That cost £10 and I realized I really should get my car washed often. Then I decided to go to B&Q because I needed a new plant pot, a new home for my beautiful golden pothos, which is, you know, flourishing and giving like out these new leaves at the top, and it just looks so beautiful. So the plant pot and this little thing where the water comes and sits, guys, like, you can see what it is, right? Like, that came up to £5.80. In total on that day we spent £15.80. Guys, I think you know my routine by now. Like, I basically wake up, go to placements, drive for an hour there. I got there and I went around with my team on the ward round, and basically it was time for lunch. I got myself a little snack that I bought from home, which was like a pear, and I don't want to eat anything too heavy because I was going to go out later on in the day. In the afternoon, I basically went to SAU, which is the surgical assessment unit, and I clocked a patient, and then I headed into London. Kept my car parked in the hospital and got the train into London because, guys, like, literally driving into London is a bit of a mess. Congestion charge and the parking. I'd rather just use my Oyster card and go in. So it was £2.80 to get into London, so it was £5.60 for return. And it was literally so hot. To stay hydrated, I got myself a Yifang milk bubble tea, and that cost £3.65. This kind of kept me going for the next few hours, and we ended up going to Eat by Chloe. The reason why we went there was because this was the last day that they were doing 50% off for NHS workers. So obviously, guys, I had to go try out all the different options. So we got, you know, 2 different types of pastas, a burger, like a taco bowl. We ordered majority of the menu. It's normally a place I wouldn't go to because it's quite expensive. So this was such a great opportunity to try like a variety of things. For 2 of us, it came up to £17.67. Split that in half, £8.84 per person. And to think that we got so much, that is really not that bad. In total on Thursday, I spent £18.09. Moving on to Friday, one of the surgical trainees, she said to us that she would give us quizzes every Friday, and it was actually so nice. I feel like when individuals like who are on your team really take an interest in your learning, it enhances the experience as a whole, and I'm so grateful to that whole team throughout my 4 weeks because, guys, I'm filming this quite late. They were literally like some of the nicest people I've met, from like the junior doctors to like the registrars. Like, oh, after the, again, the ward round in the morning, we went to the canteen to get some lunch, and I got myself the mac and cheese. I'm really beginning to think that hospital food is actually really nice. It cost £3.10 and I got a little salad with it as well because, you know, health. After the teaching, I headed home and I needed to fill up petrol again. The place that I filled up petrol on the first day was Sainsbury's, and then on the other side is an Asda that does petrol for 107.7. Like, it's like 0.2 something lower, and I was like, obviously I'm gonna go to the Asda because it's cheaper and every little helps, and it costs £25.50. The total for that day is £28.60. That now brings us on to the weekend. On Saturdays, I tutor, and I had run out of practice papers for one of the kids. Normally what I do when I tutor is that I try to use all the online resources that are out there which I can get for free. Only after a year of tutoring that I kind of needed to buy something, so I bought some CGP question papers. Anyway, the rest of the day was spent cutting up like the front of our house where like all the plants were overgrown and it looked so disgusting. The spending for the day was buying those 2 CGP packs, which came up to £23.85. Sunday is a bit of a self-care day, you know, like oiling my hair and like washing my hair. And guys, like, this hair takes a lot of time. Like, literally, I basically spent all of Sunday kind of doing my hair and like taking care of it. I realized after I'd oiled my hair that I had no shampoo or conditioner. I had to go to the town centre and buy some hair products, and that came up to £12.67. And then I came home and chilled with my cousin and my sister, and we played Uno, and it was loads of fun. So that basically brings us to the end of the week. I'm going to add in a few more costs, and I feel like this will give you guys a better idea of how much actually I'm spending in a week. The biggest cost that comes to mind behind is actually my car insurance, which comes up to £24.46 per week. I haven't been driving for more than a year yet, and I literally can't wait till I have to renew my insurance to get that insurance down. I also have insurance on my tech gear, and that's £3.35 a week. Moving on to my subscription. So this is like my Netflix, which is £2.07 per week. And yes, I'm not one of those people, you know, who's that side ting on your Netflix and then you're just looking at them and like eyeing them like, why are you here? And then you can't watch your Netflix. Yeah, that's not me. I also pay for like some mad iCloud storage, which is like £1.61 per week. I have Canva and Epidemic Sound subscriptions. Together come up to £4.84 per week. I've signed up to this curly box thing. They send me a box every month and it has new products for curly hair to try. It costs £26.50 a month. So per week, that's £6.11. Wow, that's a lot. But guys, I do really like it. I'm really experimenting with my hair. So we have the total weekly costs that I told you right at the beginning about how much I spent every single day. That comes up to £137.82. Like, the total additional costs, such as insurance and subscriptions, comes up to £42.44. Adding both of them together, that gets me to a grand total of £180.26. Like, wow, that is a lot. Like, how should I put it? Like, I really wasn't expecting that. That is defo higher than what I anticipated. Around 40% of my weekly expenses goes to petrol, and like the way I like to think of it is that is basically the equivalent of rent if I was living out. That's kind of unnegotiable. Like, I have to spend that because I need to get to placements. However, what this exercise has highlighted to me is that there's defo places that I can cut costs on. Food is literally a massive expense. I eat out and I get lunch out in hospitals, and I also go out with my friends. So the thing is, right, I don't see going out with my friends and spending money on food as a bad thing, because for me, that's a way in which I'm socializing and like getting to see my friends. So that's okay. However, the money that I'm spending on getting food when I'm on placements is something that I can really target by, you know, making my own lunches and bringing food from home. Realistically, it's not going to be adding like too much pressure on me. It's something that I can definitely do. I feel like when I lived out, I was much better with controlling how much I spent, because majority of my money went to rent and like paying utilities. When I'm like living at home, I feel like I have a bit more freedom in terms of spending, but £187 per week is still quite a lot. This exercise has been really useful. I'd highly recommend, like, you know, noting down every single time that you're spending money. This just gives you an insight into, you know, where you can cut costs and save up for something that you want. Anyway, let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me, and thank you so much for watching till the end, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for getting me to 1,000 subscribers once again, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you click the thumbs up button, comment down below, and subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys later. Bye!